Hi guys, today I'm going to show you one of my all-time favorite snack called Rava Laddu. It's a semolina balls and it's very easy to make, and we use lots of ghee to make this dish, and it's just coated with semolina, and you've got ghee and also the sultanas and cashews, and it makes a really nice delicate semolina balls. And this is mainly used in Southeast Asia for occasions like Diwali or even the New Year, the Sinhalese and Tamil New Year. So I'm going to show you how to make this dish. So I've got a hot pan here. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ghee. It's a bit hard to take out, and if you don't like ghee you can use butter, but I always prefer ghee because ghee tastes a little bit better because it's clarified butter. And let the ghee melt slowly, and I'm going to add another tablespoon into the pan. And then you can leave the spoon just to get all this ghee melted into the pan. All right, let it melt slowly. Shake the pan a little bit and then let it melt. And I've got some semolina here, so I'm going to use 2 cups. So I've got 1 cup already, so I'm going to straight add onto the pan. Just put it like that and add another cup, so it's 2 cups. This process will take a couple of minutes for the semolina to nicely get the toasted smell, because it's mixed with ghee, so you can smell the ghee and the semolina once it's nicely toasted. So make sure that you every now and then mix this semolina together, because what it does is you don't want the bottom to be really going burnt or the burnt smell. So what we want is like a nice golden color in the semolina, so it just gives that nice toasty smell and the aroma, and also gives that ghee smell as well through the semolina. So that's the sort of thing that we're looking for. It normally takes about roughly say 4 to 5 minutes for the semolina to come to golden color and toasted, and then we can add the rest of the ingredients. Semolina was been in there for about a couple of minutes, roughly about 5 minutes or so, and it's nicely toasted now. I'm just going to take it off from the heat and put it on the bowl. Scrape everything. In the same pan, add 2 tablespoons of ghee again. Increase the temperature a bit, leave that aside. If we add a little bit more, it's fine. We can just add that to the semolina when we are making the balls. So add the ghee. Want to burn, so I'm going to quickly decrease the heat because it's too much. Just scrape everything out from the spoon. I've got 1 cup of cashews. I'm going to toast the cashews in the ghee, so just add the cashews and just toast it until it becomes golden crispy color, and you need to have a crunch to it as well. So this process will take about roughly about 4 minutes or so, 4 to 5 minutes. Leave it in there, and every now and then just shake the pan so the cashews will get toasted everywhere rather than in one spot, and then we'll add that to the semolina as well. Cashews been in there roughly about 4 minutes, and it's getting nicely toasted. I've got 1 cup of sultanas, and if you want you can add raisins as well. I'm just going to fry that off with the ghee as well. What sultana does is when it goes into the ghee, it just really pumps up. So once it's pumps up, you know that's ready. So I'm just going to put that here and then mix it with the cashews. Just mix it really well so it gets everything incorporated with it, and it'll taste like really toasted in ghee. So you just taste that ghee as well with the nuts and sultanas as well. So this will take about a couple of minutes, roughly about 2 minutes or so, for the raisins or the sultanas to plump up, and then we can just add that to the semolina as well. So I'll show you this couple of them like slowly pumping up. Like you can see, like it's really pumped up. So it's just like a like it just absorbs all the oil, and it's just give it a nice moist sultanas. While this has been happening, I've got 1 cup of sugar, which I've already grinded it. So why you need to do that is, like, the semolina is very fine, but you don't want the sugar to be really like a big lump. So you need to have like a powder. I know some people like to use icing sugar, but I think caster sugar is just much better than icing sugar. Just add that sugar onto your semolina. And the cashews and the raisins are ready. You can see that like everything is like nicely golden, and it's really pumped up as well. So you can see that. What I'm going to do, I'll switch off the stove top and add everything, including the ghee as well, into the semolina. So just put everything together. I know it's very hot, so what I'm going to do, just use the spoon to mix everything together, and we'll add the rest of the ingredients. So give it a quick mix. What I'm going to do, I've got cardamom ground. If you don't have the cardamom powder, what you can do is use the cardamom pod with the sugar and pulse it a couple of times, and you will have the cardamom powder. So just use like 2 to 3 pods. I'm going to use like half a teaspoon or half a tablespoon into the semolina mixture. Just add that to give it a little bit of smell. And add half a teaspoon or the tablespoon of vanilla essence. Right, and I've got some milk. So I've used powdered milk and then mix it up with hot water. Why we use this is like when you're making the balls, it gives the moisture, so it's easy to make the balls. So I've got 3 tablespoons of milk powder, and then added 1/4 cup of hot water and mix it together. And some people like to use condensed milk, or even if you like fresh milk, you can use fresh milk. With the fresh milk, what happens is like you can't have it for a long time, but if you have the powdered milk or the condensed milk, you can leave it in the fridge for a couple of days. So I will show you how you can make the balls. I mixed all the ingredients together with semolina. It's still hot. Some people like to make the balls while it's hot. My mum always likes to make the balls while it's hot, so it just sticks together very well. So I've got the milk here. Just don't put all the milk together. You just try the consistency by using your hand. That's a good way to check the consistency. So I'm just going to add warm milk, a couple of tablespoons, and then I'll see the consistency how it is, and if I do require more, then I can add more. So just mix everything together. It's still hot, so very careful, and if you think it's hot for you to handle, just leave it there for a couple of minutes and then just start making the balls. So I'll just add a little bit more. And once it's all comes together, once you make the ball, it gets really hard. So don't worry about like, you know, it's too watery or something like that. It gets really hard because of the sugar that you've got there. So I'll show you how you can make the balls. Still, it's not coming together. I'm just going to add a little bit more milk. Okay, mix together well. Still, it's quite hot. Just need all the nuts and some sultanas as well. So you can just try to, and if the nuts you think it's too big, you can chop them up as well the way you want it. And you know, you can just crush it up as well, but then you need the nuts. It just gives the crunchy. So you can just make them like that. Sometimes when you have too much semolina on your hand, it's really hard to make the balls. So I suggest that you just scrape the hand to take off all the excess semolina. And once it's like dries out, it gets really hard. So there you have it. And you can see the balls, like you can shape them up nicely. So you can see all the nuts and the sultanas, everything together. And you can have this snack for even afternoon tea or morning tea, and it goes really well with cup of tea or even coffee. So you could try this at home, and I hope you enjoy making this, and I will like to see you all soon. Thank you very much.
Delicious!